You do it late.
You heard, but no, there's a lag. So it would have. You said on go, and on
Okay.
go I pressed. So
Okay,
maybe I pressed it harder and longer than you did, but I think I pressed it at the right time.
Is that good? You like it like that?
I think.
You remember when Charlie and Dee are doing the video games and they're consummating their relationship? And he's like, so should I press it hard or like do it slow and let you do your thing? Or...
That's hilarious. If only
And with
sex
that-
worked like that.
And with that, welcome to another edition of A Drink and a Joint. Should we do it back and forth? Drink. That's what Bill and Bert do.
Drink.
And joint. No, it don't work.
No, you're too slow at it. Did you get confused?
No, you took forever to it lagged, so I waited to hear yours.
You don't have. You can't wait. You got to just go. So
you gotta assume they said it on time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So go for it.
Drink and
There
joint.
you go. See, perfect.
Did that work on your end?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
On my end, I said it the moment you said it.
No, to me it sounded perfect.
Okay, so the lag made up for each other. So again, Baba Booey. What is that from?
Baba Booey, Baba Booey, Baba Booey. I don't remember. It's something.
It's like Animal House.
Yeah, probably.
Some shit, right?
Some old ass fucking ancient movie that we don't give a fuck about anymore, like Porky's. Some
Porky's.
bullshit.
That one was good.
Revenge of the Nerds.
They stretched his dick out all over campus. The old lady.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep. Just stretching his dick out.
It's like the only thing I remember from that movie.
Yeah, everybody. Episode 73.
Yes.
Coming at you.
Okay.
Even less material than before. Can you believe it?
Yeah. If you didn't think it was possible.
To come any less prepared for a podcast that we've been doing for almost 2 years. This is it.
We sit at night and we think, why isn't this shit working? And then we don't prepare, and then we're like, why isn't this working?
Yeah, we put such little effort into it. How is it not? How are we not getting what we want out of something that we barely put any effort into?
Yeah,
I ask
that's
you.
That's always how me and Davvy have been. If you want a little brief history lesson, we have always been like this.
Why doesn't this work if I don't try hard enough?
Yeah, I mean, we assume that our work is more than other people's. So we assume our minute is worth 5 minutes.
When in reality, we are...
it's probably worth less.
Oh my God, yeah. Each minute of our time is worth 10 seconds of other people's times.
Yeah. So I've just been wasting a lot.
But here we are again. To you guys, we're if you're
I was
over
about
on
to try to pass this to you,
dude. I would love that. I would love that because
I was feeling weird because I was like click it and I was about to hand it.
That would be great.
That's weird. If we could 3D print.
Oh yeah. But that's okay because we did see each other yesterday. But we decided
in real life.
Yeah, for the first time in like 2 months. It was the first time we had seen each other in real life.
We've really just had a long distance relationship. You guys didn't know it. Our Toby and Davvy podcast room is actually just split camera.
Yep.
Split screen.
And
we're in 2 different countries.
Yeah, I'm very good at the editing that I do. You can't even tell that
it looks like we're passing joints and high-fiving and sharing drinks, but no.
Nope.
That's just really good editing.
Yeah, I'm actually in Mumbai. And Toby is in Guadalajara.
Yeah, it's hot down here. I'm sweating,
dude. My studio today. So I shot another dead lesson today. And my studio was like 90 fucking degrees. I couldn't fucking believe it. Yeah,
I'm sitting in here sweating right now. We had the fan on.
What happened? Is your air conditioner out again?
It's not acting good. And it was hot today.
It's not acting good. It's being a real dickhead.
Yeah.
Toby's
it's not his fault. It's how he was raised.
Yeah, his air conditioner has a real attitude problem.
Yeah. It has a bad, what do they call it?
Bad upbringing.
Upbringing.
Yeah.
A good bad raising.
He had a rough raisin. Rough raisin. You were giving
rough
him
raisin. Sounds like a crunchy raisin brand.
It's a rough raisin.
It sounds kind of nasty. Crunchy. Oh, dried raisins. They're already dried. So they're extra dry to be crispy.
Well, technically they're dehydrated prunes and grapes.
Yeah. So if they went the extra step and took all the moisture, it'd be crunchy.
Wait, no,
right?
a prune is a dehydrated plum.
Yeah,
and
and it's dehydrated grape.
Yeah, so a raisin is a dehydrated grape. Okay.
So a dehydrated
And they dehydrate
raisin.
to get so small.
Yeah.
They get so small, Toby.
They're so wow, grape is so juicy. You're taking out all the good parts.
You're taking out all the good parts. Stop it.
The juice of life, you know.
Welcome to the juice of life.
You know when you like feel like an islander when you bite into a big melon or something that's dripping down your face?
Do I feel like an islander?
Like no, you do.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
Oh,
you
okay. Okay.
Don't you?
Cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can tell me how I feel. I like that.
I like that. I'm into that. Huh?
I'm into that. That just takes more work away from me.
Yeah, I've been in quarantine, been getting into some weird dom shit.
Yeah.
Tell me what to do.
So, did you see the text I sent you earlier of the Instagram profile?
No.
Dude, I sent it to
it?
you on Instagram and to your phone, I think.
Yeah, I've been working all day.
Yeah. It's a dog whose name is Toby Gilly.
Oh, what?
Yeah. His Toby Gilly the Cocker Spaniel is his name.
Damn.
He has 112 followers.
Followers.
He has 112 followers. He's following 112. He's the cutest Cocker Spaniel puppy that ever was. And dude, your girlfriend follows this dog.
Oh, what? She didn't even tell me about it.
It's like the only it tells me that two of the people following it are Martelli and your girlfriend and Xena.
And it's both a joke on me.
Yeah,
probably.
bro. Yeah. I mean, it's a cute dog.
It's a Cocker Spaniel?
Yeah. Named Toby Gilly. That's
Damn, full name.
Oh yeah. You
Why
looking at it?
Why is the last name? Not many dogs have last names.
No, but there have been plenty of dogs named Toby. Remember the dog on the farm?
I don't think you sent it to me.
On Cushing. Go check your Instagram. Oh yeah, by the way, hit us up on Instagram at Cushing Prolly and Davy Kalish. It is, check your inbox, dude. I sent it to you. I just looked at it.
I am looking at it.
In your inbox.
Yeah, bro.
You're in your primary messages.
Yeah.
And you don't see
Yeah, I goddamn clicked on the paper airplane.
Okay, I just sent
The
you a
direct
message.
messages.
Yeah. Did you not see my message just come in?
There's nothing.
Show me your phone screen.
Oh, you're in a different section.
What am I in? Am I in general?
You're not in primary.
You put my ass in general?
There's a bunch of messages from you. There's 6 messages from you.
You asshole.
That's why I haven't seen you. Well, how do you know how do you set your primary?
I should just come into your primary. Are you still...
There's random people I've never talked to in my primary.
Right. I should be in your primary, not your general.
It's like, it can tell I don't like you.
I guess so.
Dude, you sent me a bunch. Live video, mentioned in a story. Toby Gilly, the Cocker Spaniel, loves. What? He looks like a grumpy boy.
That third video, he kind of got that third picture, he kind of got he's got a paw in front of his face. I thought he had a beard. Thought he had a little Cocker Spaniel beard.
Oh, yeah. Thought you were going to say you had a beer.
He had a beard.
Like, that is a Toby.
Yeah. But I think it's
speaking of
hilarious. What's up?
He only has 100 followers, and Zena is following him.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't she mention that? It's a weird thing. There's only 100 followers. Toby, step your shit up.
But something interesting. So our listeners don't know, but yesterday, so COVID's going on. We're at the tail end of the first the first pandemic, the first part of the pandemic, round 1 of COVID-19. They're starting to open places back up, which is an awful idea. It's just going to bring around the second coming of the COVID. It's just going to happen.
And maybe they're just expecting it, and they're letting people out, and then just going to do another lockdown at the end of summer.
Yeah, they'll just, okay, maybe, but like it's still dumb. Maybe they're just trying to get it over with, but it's still bullshit in my opinion. But our my wife and I, we lost our ability to make income because of COVID, and that means that affected our ability to pay rent. And we have this landlord who is an old curmudgeon. He's an old drunk man, and I know for a fact that he basically
That he listens to this.
Oh fuck! I don't give a fuck. Ray, fuck yourself.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, dude, I'll call it out. I don't give a fuck. It's not like he's gonna... Dude, I'm gonna title this video fucking Making Up Movies or some shit. It's not like he's gonna listen to this.
Call it fuck you.
Yeah, call it fuck you, Ray. But and I know for a fact that this guy is done with the mortgage on this house. He doesn't pay... The only thing he pays is land taxes. And that's less than $1,000 a year. We pay $1,000 in rent. And we've given him like $40,000. The amount of money we've given him. And I don't know how much of that he's been able to pocket or whatever, but I know that it's been a bunch of it. And he called us yesterday to tell us that he doesn't think that we can afford it. Bitch, nobody can afford it. It's a fucking global pandemic. Nobody can work. Where the fuck have you been? And he was like, well, if you guys can't...
Is he doing this to all of his tenants that are out of work?
He says apparently we're the only people that haven't paid.
Well, then he just doesn't see the reality of it. Then.
I think he's a liar. I think he's lying. I think that quite a few people aren't paying, and that this is what he's telling people so they cough up some money. You know what I mean? I think that he's running out of drinking money. I think he may want to buy some stuff, or he's got some people he needs to pay that he uses our money for, which isn't my fucking problem. I understand, and it's not a thing that we're refusing to pay rent. We want to pay the dude rent. It's just our means of income got taken away for the most part, and that's been difficult. We've only really been able to afford essentials and food. And I'm not really going to worry about giving him his money right now. Like, the plan is to make payments and things like that, but yesterday he called my wife and said that, again, he didn't think we could afford it and that maybe we needed to find somewhere else to go. And if we didn't start making payments, he was going to start the eviction process and make us deal with his lawyer friend that lives next.
About the eviction thing. Oh.
I'm just going to jump right back in here, and then I will figure out where all this fits in later. So, sorry I disappeared for a second, y'all. But my landlord, being a dick, threatened to evict us, and now we... the worst part was what he said to my wife when she just sent him the legal website that told him that he can't evict us this month. He was like, okay, if that's the game you want to play. And that's a fucked up thing for a landlord to say to a tenant. That's not a very professional thing. When, we sent him a message that was very respectful and very on point. That was just like, hey, thanks for letting us know that that's where you're at. Here's where we're at. A lot of people can't fucking work right now, but we'll start throwing you some money. And FYI, you cannot evict us right now, just because this is a global thing. And he was like, yeah, well, fuck you. And then we were like...
it'd be, if I was the landlord and I was trying to be threatening...
What?
Just to blow their mind, I would say, I know where you live.
Oh, hell yeah.
And their head would start spinning. It's like, well, of course.
This is your house. Yeah. And if you fuck this house up...
But it's not technically a threat, right? Because he's your landlord, you could write it off in court as like, I was just saying, like, hey, you can't run from the payment.
Right. Well, that was the thing, too, is like, it was never a question of whether we were going to pay rent.
Oh, I know.
It was, can we do it? But right now we're scrambling stuff together. We had a little bit of money that we could give him, and we also went next door, because next door he owns a tenant building next to us, a tenement building, kind of like almost Hey Arnold style. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. It's got a stoop on it or something.
Well, yeah, but you know that a stoop isn't what makes a tenement building. It's having different people live in a giant house that's basically cut up into apartments almost.
I thought he was in an apartment building.
He does own an apartment building down by the river, But the one next door to us it's kind of an
I'm
apartment
talking
building,
about
but it's basically
Hey
a
Arnold.
giant house. No, that's not an apartment building. That's it's a tenement building. So it's basically a giant house that's been like every one of the rooms has been turned into like an efficiency suite.
In my head, his building is huge, and it was an apartment building. But I don't know why.
Well, it's big, but it's just basically a giant brownstone.
That's probably one of those things when I was a kid, like you saw, and it's like it's so big, and you see it later.
But dude, Hey
like
Arnold's room was badass.
Oh yeah, he had the skylight.
Yeah, he had that badass skylight and had like little trap doors and little secret hatches and shit like that. Everybody likes that.
It's like where they hid Harry Potter, a little side hatch.
Yeah. Oh, dude, but the worst thing that the landlord said was that when Ivy was just like, "Hey, I was telling you what you wanted to hear," he was like, "One way or another, your days are numbered."
Because I know where you live.
Yeah, see, and if you could just end it with that, if he would have just ended it with that, it would have been very obvious that he was just drunk and talking shit. Because of course, but
or it would have had a lighter tone to it, maybe.
Right, but then he took it even further and sent us his lawyer's information and was just like, "Only speak to my lawyer from now on." And then today we talked to him and are like, "Yo, we're gonna start paying you some money," and he was like, "Yeah, okay, that's fine."
Okay.
And then he was like, "Hey, do you guys want to like take some money off of the rent you owe by going next door and cleaning one of the apartments?" And we were like, "Yeah, we do want to do that. Thanks for fucking being understanding, you piece of shit." So we went and cleaned out this dude's nasty apartment. Is he going through a rough
divorce?
No, dude, like he's just old and like he owns like 50 properties around town. So he's like always fucking stretched thin and he's like always probably half drunk for the most part. Like I know as soon as he clocks out, he's drunk.
Yeah,
probably before.
The more I see like success that was gotten through like working hard, the less I want it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, I want that easy success so I can just lay back.
If it's something you enjoy and you work hard, that's different. But like when I see people doing stuff like that no one really enjoys,
right?
But they can make good money at it. To see the actual successes in those areas, like real estate.
But is that even really success? I don't know if it is.
If they're doing well.
Yeah, I don't see that as real success, honestly.
What do you mean?
I see
if someone wants to own properties and then they own 50, they're a success, right?
I think success is a level of easement. I think it's a level of relax. I think it's a level I think success is getting to a point where you can take a breath and be like, I did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's been there. He gets there every week. And that's true for every success, right? Even like,
but then he gets a call and is like,
and he has to go. Yeah. But the same thing happens with fucking big time comedians, you know, if they don't suck it up and take some shit every once in a while, they're going to stop working, and they have a lot of shit they're spending money on. So I think that is the same thing. Like,
yeah, it's crazy. Did you see that Tom Segura's like starting to wear off-white shit now?
Oh yeah, I've seen, and some Supremes. His guy
so
went to China right before this.
Oh,
and brought back some Supreme shit from the factory, fresh off the press.
Oh my god, that's so. What is the word? Gay.
Oh really?
I think that shit's gay.
It is bad. It is stupid because the ink hasn't set in those yet, and so even though they're like considered really precious and because they're fresh off the press, like if you actually buy them before they get set up, they'll like bleed and shit like that. So it's not even that cool. You have to like keep them in a case or something, you know?
That's fucking ridiculous. There was and in that apartment we cleaned out today, there was a shit ton of jerseys.
Oh, nice. What kind of jerseys?
They're navy blue and orange.
Blue and orange.
But like not.
What kind of navy blue? Could that be Texas?
No, it was
the dark.
Yeah, it's a dark navy. And let me see here. Where'd my phone go? Let me just use my phone. Dark navy and
Bengals
orange.
Away game jerseys. Are they basketball or football?
Football.
Okay.
So you Google football jersey, you get fucking soccer jerseys. Fucking assholes.
Where's the American Google?
Oh, is it the Broncos?
Oh yeah, they have an orange, white, and blue scheme.
I think it was but he had a shit ton of them. Like 12.
Yeah.
Like 12 or so, like fucking nice jerseys. And I was thinking like, man, you can fucking sell those.
Yeah.
But this dude like dipped out on his apartment. I've never understood people that dip out but don't take their shit.
Yeah. If they say NFL like licensed on them, those are like $100 a piece at least.
Yeah.
You know? Those are expensive. I'm gonna get this one. I'm gonna do a custom made Nuggets jersey.
Yeah.
It's the classic Nuggets ones where it's like the skyline of Denver and it just says Nuggets on it, and on the back I'll put Cushing and 42. And that's what I did in the video games.
Like
and
that.
I'm gonna do it in real life.
Hell yeah. Do that and just wear it all the time. It'll pay for itself in no
Fuck
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
True. That's that guy in the jersey.
That's
what I'll be known as.
You'll become a Kevin Smith type.
Instead of Jersey Girl, I'll be Jersey Guy.
Yeah, there you go. Nice Kevin Smith reference.
And that.
Yeah.
Did you see the Silent Bob, the Jay and Silent Bob remake?
I did. What'd you think
What'd you
about
think?
it? What did I?
Go ahead. I didn't know you.
Well, no, because I actually have feelings about it. So if you want to go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm probably quicker then.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. They summed up like a bunch of movies. They summed up like
It's true.
fucking. Let's see. The Clerks. They summed up Dogma. The Jay and Silent Bob story. The Bluntman Chronic thing. And what was that one?
Chasing Amy.
Chasing Amy. I was about to say Forgetting.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the other one that's around that time, but Chasing Amy. And so it was just like everything. He's just like, this is the last movie I'm ever gonna make. I'm gonna give the fans exactly what they want. I'm just gonna sum up every story, every question all these nerds have had at every Comic-Con for the last 10 years, and like put it to rest. You know, in a way. It's like how Jerry Seinfeld did that special, and it was called "This Is the Last Time I'm Saying It," and he did all his Seinfeld jokes.
Nice.
Because he was fucking tired of touring it, and everywhere he went, people were like, say Newman. And he did it on that special, because they asked him every time. He was like, literally, this is the fucking last time I'm doing this. Like, he basically, the whole special was a public announcement. Never ask me Seinfeld shit again.
Okay,
like,
well, good.
I'm past it. And it took him, 30-something years? I don't know.
Man.
Since he's been doing that materials in the 80s, so it's been a minute.
Now, I love Kevin Smith. He's one of my favorite directors. I loved Clerks. Clerks 2 was great. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back was one of the first like stoner movies I'd ever seen. It was one of the first, because it was like the first stoner movie that there kind of was like that for our generation.
Yeah.
You know.
Half Baked was probably a little earlier.
Yeah, it was 90s.
It was meant for people like my brother's age, 10 years older.
So we got Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. So like I loved
and
that
Pineapple
movie.
Express was like our later one.
Yeah.
That was more.
Now that was like the real stoner movie.
Yeah, because even Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, that was still pretty young, I feel like.
Well, I mean, like, but Jay and Silent Bob were weed dealers, and that, when they meet Chris Rock out in Hollywood, they do the whole like where they have cards, like for their weed selling district.
That's like in Half Baked. They did that with. They gave you like a gram to try.
Yeah.
Remember Mr. Nice Guy?
Right. No, but this is like they had cards. They had union cards for selling weed. They were in the union. But watching Reboot was good. It was nostalgic. The amount of self-referential stuff was a little bit much at times. I wish that he did a little bit more with it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, because there was so much hype around this movie, but it literally is just a reboot. It's a retread, basically, of the first movie. It's just now you've got, instead of Jay and Silent Bob, you've got Jay's daughter and a deaf girl.
Yeah.
Which I liked. I liked that.
Which is Kevin Smith's daughter.
Yeah. Her name is Harley Quinn Smith.
Yeah. Which, of course, he's such a Batman nerd.
Yep.
I guess he just had to, but I did think it was funny. He gave a speech on nepotism and shit during it.
Yeah. and that's great. Like, and you know, I'm glad that he gave her something else to do other than yoga hosers.
I don't hate it when people put their kids in shit. I mean, it is an advantage, but that's an advantage that they're born with. I mean,
well, it helps when they're good actors.
I think
like she's a good actor.
I don't think you should allow your kid to get a part if they're not good.
I think they should audition.
They should, you know, it's cool if they paid for classes and gave them auditions. Yeah.
Yeah, let the kid take an audition, and if they're good, put them in the movie if they're the right choice.
Watching Hollywood right now, which is like it's about a bunch of powerful gay producers, owners and stuff that are like taking advantage of like Rock Hudson and all these.
Oh
like,
yeah, so it's like, hey there, Rock,
shit.
if you want the part, suck my dick.
Yeah. It's actually the dude from Big Bang Theory. He plays really well. The main guy, Sheldon. Or whatever.
Oh my God, it's that
him.
guy.
He's playing a guy that reminds me of one of our friends. that he's just like, you know, he has a lot of power, and he's very, you know, he not necessarily flamboyant. He's really, really masculine with the way he deals with people and stuff.
Yeah.
But he loves sucking dick.
Okay.
And so he like, instead of fucking these little boys, he's like, so I can get you the part. You know, let me see your cock. It's pretty nice. Can I suck it? And
oh,
like,
okay. So one of those guys.
Get the fuck out of this town. You'll never make it in this town again. Yeah,
you're not willing to let a gay producer suck a cock. You're just not. You're
what
not
are
meant
you
for
willing
it.
to
You're
do?
not. Yeah, you
So,
are.
like,
You are not material. You are not. You're not Hollywood material.
I mean, he's not asking you to like change your sexuality. He's just asking you to close your eyes
and just
for a second.
Yeah, just kind of drift off to wherever. You'll be fine, and then you'll nut, and then you get to be a star.
But like the sub story, there's a few sub stories in it, but one of them's about this prostitute who's like old school back in the day, Dapper Dan looking man, and he runs a gas station, and all of his gas station attendants are male whores, and they run off with movie stars that are old and shit, and that's where they make all their money from. And they all like wanted to be actors or still want to be actors, and he starts to try to get the main guy to do some gay shit, and he's like, look, this is what you got to do. Like, if you can't go in there and put your pride aside and jack this dude off, you're not ready for the business,
dude. And that's one thing that I've never understood. It's like doing sexual favors does not translate directly to being willing to do whatever it takes to become
absolutely
an actor.
Not, because
like,
they're unrelated.
Exactly.
Now, if your dream was to be a good prostitute and you weren't willing to jack a dude off, I think you should reconsider your career choice.
Correct. Maybe you don't want to be a prostitute.
Exactly. You're not giving it your all.
Right. Now, if
your point is to be an actor, it is unrelated what you're willing to do sexually.
Right.
But he finds this gay guy, and you know he writes this story. It's really compelling.
But like as an actor, like you are told stuff like that, which is fucked up. You know, I was watching because on Instagram, I'm following a bunch of agents and managers and
what do they post?
Casting
watches. And casting calls.
Like some casting calls. They'll put up like inspirational bullshit.
Yeah.
Like every time you wake up, do it again, or some bullshit like that.
They're talking about cocaine.
Yeah, but there was this one of them. You know, and they'll do these live videos where people can ask them questions, and one of the questions was, "How do you choose? How do you choose people you work with?" And this one guy was like, "Well, they have to want it more than anything they've ever wanted before in their lives. They have to be willing to do whatever it takes." And it's like that is so relative to a person. Like,
well, they have to be able to do whatever it takes within the field.
Within
so they have to
the bounds of what is appropriate. Like it's
Yeah.
one of those things where it's like I'm not a piece of shit that's going to stalk you. I'm not going to like throw myself in. I'm not going to grovel at you. I'm not going to like metaphorically suck your dick. You know what I mean? Because that's what they want. They want somebody who's going to like either literally or metaphorically suck their dick, stroke their ego.
Literally.
Like, but no, when you think about it, a lot of it is ego. So like, if
ego stroking.
If you think that you are talented enough to manage someone's talent, you know, to be like, I see that this person has an ability to do something that I personally can't do, but I have connections. So what are they going to do for me? What I'm going to do for you? No, what I'm going to fucking do for you is I'm going to earn you 20% of my fucking paycheck. Is what I'm going to do, you piece of shit.
I was trying to think. I posted a picture of a snake in a jar, which is this cool artist I should have referenced in the post.
Yeah, you got to start giving people credit.
I know. But he does. We have a couple of his stuff, and he's really cool. But I kept thinking for like 30 minutes, I really wanted to make an agent joke about like, this was my last agent. You know, because it's a dead snake.
Yeah, that's good.
You know,
that's a good.
But I couldn't think of a good enough one to put up there. You know. But let's see. Hollywood was great. There's another one I was trying to think of. What were we talking about before Hollywood?
Fucking Jane's. No, Jane's talking about reboot. But
yeah,
I did want to say that overall, I thought it was nice. I did kind of almost tear up at the end when when he finally tells her that I'm your dad and like that, and starts being a dad, because all that shit gets to me.
And just the underlying thing of like their tense relationship, that he's a junkie and kind of fucking up. Yeah, it's played into a little bit. Oh, that reminds me of that other movie that we talked about on the podcast. Have you gotten the chance to see that? The one where Jay's a murderer.
I haven't got to see that yet. The Method and the Madness.
Yeah,
or Madness and the Method.
Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, you got to see that, because that really gets into like their tense. You're a junkie. You got to get your shit together. I'm tired of helping you kind of fight that they went through.
Yeah.
It like really showcases it. It's really fucking good. I think that one's on Amazon or something. I think so.
Yeah. It's on there too. I think they have a deal with Amazon right now. But yeah, I was pleased with Reboot. Like I thought that with all the hype that he had put into it, I thought it was going to be a little bit more than kind of jacking himself off.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I love Kevin Smith. I listened to his podcast. I've seen all of his movies. I love Tusk. Like, I wish he did more shit like that. I know that he had his...
That was really good.
I fucking love that movie. I would watch that movie every day.
So well done. I didn't know it was him until it was over, which actually made it even better and more surprising.
And then he did that other movie called Red State. He did Red State.
Red State I haven't seen. What is that one?
That one was really good.
Conservative people movie or something?
Kind of. These guys go into these kids kind of fall into a church that, like an extremist church. And it ends up kind of going south and getting kind of nasty. And there's a lot of blood and shooting and
Is it really good?
Yeah, it's actually really good.
I've checked that out.
But you know, I
hated fucking Yoga Hosers. Remember
everybody hated that movie. He even he talks shit about that movie. He's like I know everyone fucking hated it.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those that because I normally don't like the movies that everyone says are good, because I'm not in on all the jokes a lot of times. So I normally like the cheesiest of sequels and stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that one just was not.
Toby doesn't want to have to work hard for his comedy.
Oh yeah, well
just feed it to me.
Or for anything, like you watch a Marvel movie, and every time after I watch a Marvel movie, I'm just shocked like a little kid. I'm like, wow,
yeah,
oh, it's crazy good. You're like, but what about this? And the storyline didn't match up. I'm like, I don't know. It looks cool.
I was just watching superheroes go vroom and
yeah, that's what I remember. Pew pew, hiya. No one said hiya. But did you hear? Oh, what about AMC fucking shutting Universal down because they released Trolls online, and they said they'll never play a Universal movie, and they're starting to make threats to other big studios. They're not like there's a possibility there won't be fucking movie theaters. after this. They're starting to shut all their shit because they're sending stuff straight to streaming. Found out that they could make just as much money without the hassle of having all these prints and shit sent out. And so, like, I think the way we fucking watch shit is about to change.
I'll agree to the point that we're gonna see but people really like
big stuff,
right? But I mean, already people were only going to see the big stuff. Already people like
no indie films and AMC.
Well, it's fucked up that now if a movie doesn't make $1 billion, it's considered a fucking flop.
Maybe they will start putting independent movies in like big theaters now.
I hope so. Those movies are better. Like,
they can't sell on streaming, so they need a place to showcase.
I think what they need to do is they need to start giving. They need to do the Blumhouse model. So Blumhouse is this kind of horror movie shop where they, Blumhouse. They did Get Out and stuff like that. All those movies are cheap. Like they did the new Invisible Man. Like those movies are cheap. They shoot those movies cheap. They use the same amount as the budget for their marketing. And so if the movie
as they do the movie,
right? So that's generally what it costs. So like those, so a Marvel movie costs $300 million to make. It actually costs $600 million
to market.
No, it costs
300.
Yeah, so it's actually $600 million. So those have to make around $1 billion. You know what I mean? But if you take a $50 million movie and then put $50 million into marketing, that's $100 million, and then you're gonna make that back.
Yeah,
you're generally gonna always make that back. So that's what they used to do with like the old shitty B horror movies. What they would do is they would, like a director would take $10,000, go find a film school student, give him the $10,000 plus a camera, and be like, make a movie. And they would go and make usually a slasher movie, and then he would take that slasher movie and then sell it overseas and make a shit ton of money, like off this thing.
That's pretty sweet. That's a sly guy right there.
My audio here that I'm gonna have to match up to you. That's so crazy. I can't believe it's doing that. I don't get it. I'm not even doing anything crazy.
I'm trying not to talk.
Why would you try not to talk? I need shit to sync it up to.
Well, I was just thinking you'd have a long pause right there.
Well, no, I mean, I started recording almost immediately again, but...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just don't like that it's doing that shit. I don't get it. It hasn't done that before. But anyways, I think that they need to do that. They need to start giving small directors, like indie directors, they need to start giving them little chunks of money and then watching it really pay off, because you can flood them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hopefully this time it's going to be fine. I don't have any other programs running. All I have running is FaceTime and Logic. This is fucking dumb.
Computer's tired.
I guess. Fucking asshole. For being an asshole.
Computer would be a cute name for a little boy.
Come, computer. Computer.
Computer.
Computer.
Computer. No, this name's Pewter, and that's weird.
Yeah, computer.
Pewty.
Yeah.
Or
but then you got to realize that every girl is gonna say that. Come, Pewter.
Come, Pewter. Come for me, Pewter.
Yeah.
And be like, yeah, that's what my dad said.
That's what my dad used to say to me all the time.
Ugh.
Gross.
I didn't mean it like that. I meant it like, hey, why would you be thinking about that? But what's it? Fucking. I don't know if it's a real name, but Ron Funch's wife. He calls her Robot, which I like.
I like that.
I don't know if that's her real name, but every time he refers to her, it's Robot. Me and Robot went out.
I think her name is probably Ro, maybe Roxanne or Rochelle.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Call her Robot.
I would love if it was Robot, though.
Yeah. Well, we call you Tobot.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And my kid, Robot.
Yeah.
And Computer. And they're like, what's your problem, man?
And you're like, I'm really into technology.
Yeah, this is my dog, NASA.
He's
dead.
This is my wife, fuck doll.
No, she's just a fuck doll. I couldn't think of a good name. Felt insulting. Man, speaking of other shit that you haven't watched, I keep bringing up shit, but this is a list you should bring.
Okay.
The fucking Dave show.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Dicky show. Did we watch one of those together? I think we did.
No, we haven't. No.
Maybe we hadn't hung out.
We have not. Yesterday was the only time I've seen you in 2 months.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that show is getting really good, and he has a fuck doll in it. It just reminded me of it. It was like the lower half of a person, just the butt up.
Oh yeah,
and it like fell out of the shower when his girlfriend was in there, and she's like, "Oh my god!" And then he pulls it out. He's like, "Where is the other half?" It was just.
Oh okay,
I
get it. To where it's just okay. So it was.
It's just from the waist down, and it looks creepy as shit.
Oh, but like full legs.
Yeah, full of floppy. It's like, why is it so heavy?
That's hilarious. I love that.
Man, he really opens himself up. He shows all his back pimples. Andrew Santino gets in a tub with him and rubs his back pimples down, just straight up ballsy.
Well, I like that. So it's got a bunch of comedians we like on it.
Yeah, well, it's got him. Andrew Santino's his friend that becomes his manager.
Okay.
And then it shows him and his relationship with his girlfriend and his relationship with his hype man and his relationship with his producer. And so they're all really good. But that one was just really funny. And he talks about his fucked up penis. Of course, that's his like whole thing. It's not even a shtick. It's like he explains a lot about it too. He's like, I've never even really seen what I do is that funny. It's like satirical. Like my name is like making fun of hip hop in a way that like, he thinks he's so intelligent by talking about his dick. Yeah. It's really what it comes down to. But he talks about, I don't know if this.
Do they call him out for that?
His dick.
Do they call him out for it not actually being super intelligent, that he's just actually talking about his dick?
That's like the joke the whole time is like everyone's laughing at his shit and he just wants people to take it seriously because in his mind he's made this great satire. And he has, but no one sees it like that.
Right, but in reality, he's thinking that he's so intelligent.
Well, it is great satire, but only if you know why.
Right.
And everyone just sees the dick jokes. And so that's kind of the whole thing, is like seeing him struggle.
Well, because hip-hop is about showing how big your dick is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And so he's the anti-rapper.
Because when it comes down to it, it's most hip-hop is about flexing.
Yeah. And he's flexing his tiny cock.
Yeah, you got to. Well, you lead with your weakness.
Yeah, he's putting it out there.
Yeah, just
putting
so that little dick out.
And I don't know if the details of all of it is true, but it showed him as a kid, and I feel like all this is true. And it was telling him about how he has like he had a surgery when he was a kid, and has all this scarring on his dick, and like a second hole that he pees out of that he has to stop up when he's peeing, so he doesn't have two pee streams. And like just a bunch of it. And he has some scrotum stuff. He has some pieces of his scrotum on his dick to like make up for the scarring of when he had some surgery because his urethra was tied up or some shit like that.
Yeah, you should Google this, Toby. You should look up Little Dickie's dick.
Just see what it looks like.
Yeah. Well,
that's his joke, is like, my dick's made of balls. Like see, it's intelligent.
Yeah, that's hilarious. So yeah, dude, look up Little Dickie's dick.
Look up Little Dickie's. Is Little Dickie's dick as fucked up as he said?
Yeah, you look that up. I gotta run downstairs real quick. I'll be right back.
Well, it's gonna be silent on both ends. Then
just keep talking or sing or hum or something.
I can't type and hum at the same time.
Why?
I'm not a genius. Why?
I'll be right back.
I can read what I'm typing. Let's see. Is Little Dickie's dick as bad as he says? Why would the internet know? And the internet shouldn't know this. Let's see. When a dick joke isn't a joke. Let's see. Debuts. Let's see. Oh, yeah. It says it's real. By a urologist. Yeah, his dick's made out of balls. Like a super soaker. Oh, because, yeah, super soakers don't have that good stream. Okay. Where's Davvy gone? Where did he say he's gone? I know it sounds absurd. So immediately, I'm just looking at this weird blank space with a metronome on. It's kind of haunting. But I can see it shaking, which probably means he's coming up the stairs. Yep. That's my guess. I think he's coming back. Yep, I was right. I was right.
I hear you talking
shit. I was
shit.
right.
What?
I know. I could hear you. I could see you coming up because the computer shaked when you were on the stairs.
Nice.
I knew you were coming back. So yeah, Lil Dicky's dick is made of balls.
Is that a real thing?
All this is 100% real, he says. And, he talks. His dick is made of balls. There's tons of scarring. He said he went under surgery right after birth. One of those surgeries accidentally created a second hole. He says when he urinates, he has to cover the second hole with his finger, or he'll have two streams like a super soaker. That is a direct quote. That's real. That's his penis looks fucking a little weird. It's a little strange.
That's but amazing.
And he's made a career off of it. He's it's like not in the same respect, but do you remember that comedian with cerebral palsy?
Yes.
He made it work in his he was hilarious. What was his name?
Josh something.
Yeah, Josh Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, in the same sense, you just work with whatever you got, even if it's fucked up. And that's like respect. Mad respect to Lil Dicky's dick.
Lil Dicky's little dick. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
I like that. Would you rather lose both your testicles or a finger?
Can I just take one ball and leave a finger?
What?
One ball and half of a finger?
No, you lose your ability to nut.
Oh, so they take the good ball.
Oh, you only have one good one?
AKA. No, the right one shoots out first, and then you got your backup. So if you lose your right one, I think it's really hard to ejaculate or some shit.
Yeah, so you lose the good one.
Sounds right. All right, so I lose the good ball or a good finger?
Yeah.
Like which finger?
Your right middle finger.
Oh, that's how I say fuck the police, man. What am I supposed to do? I guess I could use my left one. And yes, your finger and finger. It's you're flipping the bird.
Yeah. It's
yeah. You play
very
you
important.
pick with that. You still use that when you're playing guitar, piano, especially hard. Then that's like my like can't do any runs on the notes and shit. I'll have some laggy one balls. I know that's a weird thing. It doesn't sound very manly to pick a finger over balls, but I use my finger more than I would need my cum to come out. I can get chopped up. As long as I still have a dick, it gets hard, I'll be good.
Yeah. Okay. So
I want to have a feeling of coming, but I don't have to have anything come out. Be safe. Everybody a little time.
And clean up.
Yeah, no cleanup, no surgeries.
Okay.
Except for the one where they cut off my ball.
Yeah. The one where you
so
become
is this
a eunuch.
surgery? Is this like I get gangrene in
But
my
again,
finger?
if you lose your balls, you're going to lose some testosterone.
Yeah.
Which might be good for you.
It'd be hard to finger chicks when you ain't got no testosterone. So what goes your fingers? Might as well keep your balls. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. We're just talking.
I was just spitballing, yeah. No, I have to have it for the piano. I think I have to be able to, as long as I can keep my fucking fingers, I'm gonna. Like, having kids isn't on my list, so like I don't need to be all like, pop busting all the time.
Okay, you ready to get into movie ideas?
Yeah, we were talking about film the whole time.
No, movie pitches.
I had a dream the other night,
All right.
and it was really nice. I have very cinematic dreams, and like I switch characters in my dreams, and I also have overshots. You know, where they'll do like drone shots, of like outside of places, and very cinematic.
Those are called sweeping establishing shots.
Well, in the dreamscape, yes. Yeah, I'm a good director in my head, but once you put a camera in my hand, I just don't know what to do. But so we lived in this floating giant tree.
Me and you?
That had there was a bunch of people there.
Okay.
So it actually reminded me a little bit of the vibe of us working for Jacob.
Okay.
Because there was a person there, and we were growing. We had just finished some harvesting, so we were growing pot in the tree, and so I just remember there being that type of character of someone there that we worked for that was kind of evil. You know, like everyone, I remember something about it, either he abused the dogs or women, or there's some reason we all hated him, you know? And one cool thing about it was all of the technology was organic technology.
Oh, see, I like shit like that.
It was like, there was like this one bulbous thing that it was like a flower, but it was like, looked like glass. And it would like turn inside itself and make this big seating area for everyone. And so it was like, but it was like hard, like a metal, but it was like organic. It was natural and it moved, you know, but it was like a living thing inside the tree, you know. And there was like this water system that flew out of the tree, which was weird. And because I saw the tree at the distance once, because we exploded it at the end.
Oh, we blow up the tree.
Don't want to ruin the story here. But we blow up part of the tree, and we get rid of the boss, the Jacob type character. Or whatever.
Yeah, we'll just call him Jacob.
Just fuck it. No, that's terrible that I even said any names, but
it's fine.
It's just a character based off of that, because it was like he was really oppressive in my mind.
Yeah,
and like I was so young when
which
I
he
met
wasn't.
Him, that it felt, but not at all, right?
No,
he didn't give a fuck what you did. But it was, I think it was just my age. When I was there,
you were
versus him being grown up.
Well, Toby, you're a very rebellious person.
So I assume people are being like that.
Yeah, when that's not the case.
I assume everyone has this huge plot against me, when in reality I don't not even worth the plots that I've made up in my head.
Generally, people don't give a fuck about anybody.
And I have these like 5-10 year plots in my head that I think people have been plotting against me. All this shit, mad paranoia, and like mad. That's the name of my next special.
I thought that's what we were gonna call this movie. Let's call this movie.
Okay, we'll call it Mad Paranoia. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we think this guy's really crazy. That'll be the twist. Is that we think this guy's really crazy, but he's actually a decent person.
Yeah.
So in the end, you know, I've seen. Oh, there were some dogs from the DMT universe there.
Okay.
Like they had been taken from the DMT universe.
Some dog MTs
to our brought to our tree, and it looked like an alien or alien bulldog. It was kind of had the face of a bulldog, but it was like not made out of organic material. You know, it was really weird.
So basically, just made out of geometry.
It's kind of, but it was still a dog. Yeah, you could touch it, but you could. It's not. I don't know. It was very weird.
I want to go back and watch regular show. I honestly really just want to watch that one episode. And you know what episode?
A good classic show.
Tell me you know what episode I'm talking about.
I've watched a lot of regular show.
But there's one that's our episode.
Our?
It's our episode.
I don't think we ever agreed on that.
Well, you know that I'm a little bit more sentimental than you. By a little bit, I mean a lot of bit.
Is it the basketball guy?
No, it's not the basketball guy.
Is it?
And it's not the...
Is it the rock guy?
No.
The rock guitar?
And it's not the guy who's just a head that's really good at video games.
Yeah.
It's Summertime Lovin'.
Oh, yeah. See, now I remember.
Lovin' in the summertime.
Yeah, you could have told me the song thing. I think I might have got it.
But the part that gets me about it is the fact that they go to try to fight this song that has turned itself into a tangible cassette tape, and Rigby goes to hit it, and he's like, I can't hit it, I can't touch it, and he's like, you can't touch music, but music can touch you. and then it proceeds to beat the shit out of Ricky, and that is one of my favorite.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite moments.
Favorite lines.
It's just a moment that I really love. That it's just like I love that irreverent psychedelic bullshit humor. That just like it's basically stoner logic. It's like that mostly. I'm pretty sure that episode was written off that joke.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah,
I love that. But so we're gonna call this new movie. We're calling it Mad Paranoia, and
because we think this guy is really evil. We're like we for some reason see things or hear things in the other room, or see, and take things too far. So it's like a thriller,
and it's also kind of like a Rear Window situation.
Rear Window. What was that?
That was the one where Jimmy Stewart, he broke his leg, you see, and he's in his apartment, and he's got his binoculars, and he's looking out into his quad there at his apartment complex, and he's spying on people, and then he thinks he sees somebody commit a murder.
Okay.
And
that's a classic movie thing. I think I've seen a few movies like that.
Well, I'm pretty sure that was the first one. It's an Alfred Hitchcock movie.
Okay.
And because they made a version of it with Shia LaBeouf.
Damn, it's named the same thing. I haven't heard of that.
It's no, it's not named the same thing. It's called Disturbia.
Oh, now I think I might have seen. Yeah, I have seen that.
Where he's like on an ankle monitor in his house.
The same story as.
It's basically just a reboot of Rear Window.
What's the other one?
Rear Window. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, at the end of the movie, we start rebelling and we kick this guy out of the tree, and my perspective switches to him, and we're making him leave in this little canoe with like no supplies, nothing on it, and like this is kind of like his empire that he's built.
And we sent him off to die. We exiled him to death.
We're like kind of Viking style with no flaming arrows or anything.
Right, because he's not dead. We're not trying to kill him.
Wait, yeah, it's like the cult thing. We're kicking him off his own cult that he started in a weird way.
So do we now continue this cult? Are we continuing on with the cult?
Yeah, we're there. I think even though we made some kind of explosion that I could see from the outside, the middle of it was torn open, and which you could see the skeleton of the tree, and it looked metal. So again, I think this is some organic technology that we have made a tree into a spaceship that's living. Can you hear me?
Yeah. You cut out for a second.
But yeah, it's like whatever planet we're from or whatever we have evolved into has biological technology. And so we've made a spaceship out of a tree and all these little cool little things. And so we send him off, and my dream ended with me being the person in the canoe. And I was looking by at all the people staring at me, basically like without doing it, kind of like the Schindler's List thing of like, get out of here, Jews, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing without saying anything. So they're all staring at me and making me leave.
Right.
They're basically doing a mutiny. Right.
I see that. And so you're not really switching between characters. What you're doing is you're basically you're the camera.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
why, and I do a cinematic stuff. I'm not switching character. You're right. I'm switching perspectives like the movie would.
Right. Because even that would be the shot in the movie too, where the guy is now. It's from his perspective, going down the river, looking at the people that fucking hate him now.
Or could be a Fight Club twist to where it was you the whole time. The guy who you thought was the main character was actually hearing this stuff,
and you mutinied yourself.
And you were the one, and they kick you off because you're fucking crazy and doing weird shit. And then you remember yourself doing weird shit by experiencing someone else do it.
Okay.
And so that's maybe a little too much.
Got a real snake eating its tail kind of feel.
But anyway, the last scene is like floating off, and I just saw these beautiful squid-like alien creatures all in the water.
With big titties?
And big old jambos. But no, they're just some amazing creatures in like some ether-like water.
With some big old...
And I just remember the last thought I had was like considering whether to jump in there because I knew they were going to kill me if I jumped in the water, the animals. And so but there was nothing ahead of me. So my last thought was like, do I commit suicide or do I sit and write out my punishment and see if I land somewhere. And that was like how it ended.
I smell
there will be a part 2.
Yeah.
Just gotta wait a couple days until I'm drunk enough to have a crazy dream. Again.
Yeah. Okay. So, what were you thinking for actors in this movie?
Oh,
who you got? Who you got for the crazy cult leader?
Me?
No.
I'm playing everyone.
It's weird that we started this on a dream and not like a real movie pitch. You're like, well, I have dreams.
That look like movies. They were movie pitches to me from my mind.
Okay.
Right?
Fair enough.
I'm just relaying the pitch. I'm not even the writer on this.
You're like, hey man, I just sleep and they come to me and I can't be held responsible.
Manager. Yeah. A lot of them are racist.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's not me.
Toby's just a goddamn spineless talent manager for his sleepy time brain.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're thinking big actors who could play the big, because he's a burly, old burly hairy guy.
I see this as this could be a real dramatic comeback for Mr. Jimothy.
Oh, as the main guy, or as the character that was a part of the group? The leader. Okay. See, I imagine a more hairy, big, like burly football player, like fucking some more like Aquaman, something like that. Yeah, I kind of see like, because he's like the farm, he's like the big man farm grower guy, whatever. Yeah, that's what his name says on the screenplay. But yeah, I see more like that. And I could see Jim Carrey as the guy who convinces everybody, and he's the crazy one, and he convinces everybody that he's doing something weird, and he's the one who gets to kick everyone out, and then as he's floating away, realizes that he's made a mistake and regrets it forever, because he can do those drama roles. Yeah.
A fucking
a Buddhist or whatever.
Well, he went through
meditation.
Remember, he went through all the shit we went through at fucking 15.
Although you're glitching out.
Well, I mean, like I was having some issues for a second there. Like, there's gonna be a couple seconds of my audio that's just not gonna be there. There's just not gonna be some replies to some of the stuff you said.
You were just being quiet. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell him.
Well, no, I want to be straight up that we're having a couple technical difficulties, which hasn't happened before while we've been doing this during quarantine. But I mean, it should still make enough sense. You guys know, the drill here.
Sometimes we don't talk.
Sometimes I'm just like,
no
first
One
thanks.
back, pitch out there. Don't steal it. Pay me some money.
Ain't nobody gonna take that.
Who's got the CGI budget for this shit? That's gonna be crazy.
So I think Jim Carrey for the cult leader. I think for the person who is so we're Fight Clubbing it. So it's also him.
I'm deciding. Yeah, no, I don't think it's him.
Okay, so
I think he see, I think he's making up that the other dude's doing stuff that he's not.
Okay,
just like the Disturbia style. So he hears stuff in other rooms, but he's the one that's crazy. He's making it up.
Right, but
he's charismatic, so he convinces the whole group.
But do we want an Edward Norton type anyways?
Just let's throw in the mix. He's the fuckboy of Jim Carrey's character.
I mean, it could be, or we could go younger. I mean, I said a type, so someone like Edward Norton. It doesn't have to be Edward Norton. We could go Edward Norton type, but maybe Ryan Gosling.
Nah, fuck him.
Okay, so fuck Ryan Gosling. You're not a fan of Ryan Gosling? You ever seen Drive, motherfucker? Ever seen The Notebook, motherfucker?
Don't like it.
You don't like The Notebook? You don't like The Notebook,
get that he's
dog?
Good and dreamy or whatever.
No, bro, that
movie.
Movie's horny for everybody.
Or everybody's horny for it?
No, other way around. That movie is horny for everybody. Everybody fucking in that movie, and everybody loves it. Everybody's just
all right.
Fucking here, fucking that. What do you want? You want James Marsden? You want James Marsden, dog? Jim Carrey and James Marsden were just in the Sonic movie together. So they have.
Is that horrible?
I don't know. I bet it's pretty bad. I bet it's pretty bad. But it made a bunch of fucking money. It made a shit ton of money.
Make it from scratch though.
Sonic. I mean, they still kept the movie like it was, but they just had to they retooled what he was going to look like.
Yeah.
So, and they did it, and apparently people thought it was pretty good.
We got Jim Carrey. We got to have a love interest, and I want it to be a dude. We got to have a gay lead in this.
Okay.
And so it's a new age.
Okay, so there's 3 main men, right?
Yeah. Very sexist already. No.
3 main white men, right?
So it's a gay cult.
A white supremacist gay cult.
Let's throw the white supremacist thing out.
Okay.
Let's just do Jim Carrey sleeping with
Idris Elba. Now we're inclusive.
Ooh, that's a hot cup.
Right? Okay, so we've got Idris Elba, Jim Carrey. Now this is where we should have started the podcast. This is good. This is good content. I'm gonna turn this into a clip. So we've got Jim Carrey.
They're making out the whole time.
Idris Elba, tonsil hockey, tongue grabbing, just grabbing ass, bringing them in,
the chase,
cradling the back of Idris Elba's neck, and just getting in there. They're really getting into it. And then
shave each other's back.
So
you can't shave your own back?
Who is the other? So who? Okay. So Jim Carrey's character is the leader of this cult that lives in this giant tree?
No, he's not the leader. Remember, he's the guy who convinces everybody that the leader is doing something terrible.
Okay, so now we have to cast the leader.
Yeah.
Now is he
Which again, I want a burly type.
A burly type.
It doesn't have to be the one I said. It can be someone else, but someone like not as friendly as The Rock.
Dave Bautista.
And more hairy.
Oh, more hairy.
Who's that?
Dave Bautista plays Drax in the Guardians of the Galaxy and Marvel movies.
Oh, see, he's that yeah. I think something.
He's
like
a big
that.
dude.
Yeah, he's got to be a little ugly, but like the attractive kind of ugly. You know, like jail ugly. That's what I call that.
Well, I mean, I guess
like
Bautista would be that.
Yeah, I think because he would be tough enough and enough to where it would be easy for the skinny guy to convince everyone that he's like beating people or doing something horrible, which we don't ever get to see what it is because it doesn't exist.
Okay.
But we hear things and he creates up stories in his head and starts rumors. And we're like, look, guys, I heard something last night. I don't know what it was, and they think he's crazy, but then they keep hearing, and then other people start hearing it. He manipulates everyone else with his hallucinations, right?
Okay.
And so everybody starts hearing it. And eventually someone saw something, and it was in the dark, in the distance. They thought he was burying a body. Maybe he was, doing something immoral to the group.
Right. I think. I think that part's kind of irrelevant at the moment. But yes,
it's all part of the plot, baby.
Right. But I thought that we had kind of established the plot already. Now we're writing this movie right now.
No, we gotta get into the details. Yeah. So I don't know exactly what it is. Yeah,
I thought we were coming up with movie. I thought we were doing different movie pitches. I thought we were trying to get the premise down and then cast.
We're trying to sell it.
Okay. So we're just gonna spend our time on mad paranoia.
Mad paranoid would be good.
Starring Jim Carrey, Idris Elba, and Dave Bautista. All right.
So we got our main character. We can wait to do our our cameos and our supporting actors.
Yeah, they're just gonna pass by us in a canoe at one point.
Whatever.
Yeah.
we'll work out the deets.
All right. So my premise, I'm gonna give you. All right. So a blind door-to-door vacuum cleaner salesman.
Okay.
Is pulled into a dirty, seedy underbelly of Dubuque, Iowa.
Ooh, so we call it Dubuque.
Yeah.
Definitely. Great name.
Yeah. So the movie is called Dubuque. A blind door-to-door vacuum cleaner salesman is pulled into some underground... What's he pulled into, Toby? What's the underground, nefarious bullshit that he is unwittingly pulled into? He's also a martial arts master. He's also a blind, and he can kung fu really well. Just in that moment.
Is he Asian?
No, he's not.
I see more Seagal type karate.
Maybe something more like that. But I mean, like, he's almost even kind of like Daredevil because he's listening for the wind.
Oh, okay.
He listens for the wind when it moves so he can do his blocks and his punches and kicks.
Okay, so Ryan Reynolds.
No, I don't.
That's not what he's going for.
But
cheeky?
No, because
this is serious.
He's just gonna be making jokes the whole time, and you're not gonna be able to believe.
Not gonna get him to work.
You know he's not.
It's gonna be too hard to do.
Yeah. He's always just gonna be quipping about and being pithy, and it gets to be too much.
Sleeping
sometimes.
with all the help.
Dude, did you watch that movie Six Underground?
Yeah.
It was real bad, wasn't it?
I barely remember it.
Exactly.
Real bad. I love it.
Real bad.
Yeah.
Why is there a guy that knows parkour during a car chase?
Oh yeah, I mean I get it. That's sick. But
So dumb.
chill out. But yeah, okay. So he's getting into. My first thought was like, wait, he can't see the product. He can't see.
He can't even
when he
see
does
how dirty their houses are.
demonstrations.
Right, yeah.
For stuff,
Nope.
like he can't see if it's actually cleaning it up. So he really has to trust this vacuum company. That was my first thought. Was there's going to be some struggle there, like if he was deaf, he couldn't tell when it was on.
Right. But he's
that
just
would be
blind.
interesting. Okay.
That's it. He's just blind.
So he can't see if the product's working well, and people always try to lie to him. Oh no! What the CD Underground thing? You know what the easy thing would be?
What
would be because they know this guy's not a good seller. Like they put him on a salesman route, but he wasn't doing good.
Okay.
And so like the let's say the Armenian mafia runs this vacuum salesman thing, and they're moving this. New drug.
So he's been in it but doesn't know. He just thinks he works for a vacuum cleaner company.
Yeah.
Little does he know that no one needs a fucking vacuum.
Yeah. And at the beginning it shows him actually trying to sell, because they do want to run this front and they do want to sell vacuums. So they try him out, but he's not selling shit because he can't prove the product work.
Right.
People try to trick him out of money, sign the checks cheaper than the thing is, and then run off,
Right.
Like he gets tricked a lot, and so they're like, okay. So they start using him for a mule and start putting this new drug that's 10 times more powerful than heroin and makes you crazier than meth. They're like a kind of a bath salts type of a test chemical. And they start moving it from Armenia. This is where it originated, and they start putting it in the old school vacuum bags. That pulled up all the dirt.
So yeah, he doesn't even fucking know that he's moving old equipment. He's just I like that too, that you don't really know what day and age it is because of the vacuum cleaners until you start to see some more modern ones, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? This fucking poor blind guy why is he hawking these old ass
selling ones from the 70s
vacuum cleaners? And then you realize that he's moving crystal meth and heroin.
It'd have to be some new ones. Because, again, it would look sketchy if you had all, like, retro vacuum cleaners, right? I don't know if that's the...
He's blind. He doesn't know what they look like.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
Right. I'm aware that blind people can feel different shapes of different fucking vacuum cleaners, everybody. I'm not stupid.
Like, this is from the 70s. It has a tag on it.
But who plays the blind guy?
They start loading up the vacuums. Blind guy. Well, you know what? There's not enough blind actors out there. We should get an actual blind person.
That doesn't help us right now.
I did see in a movie the other day where he played like some conduit to the devil, and he was like connecting to some spirits because some kid had got killed, and he was definitely real blind.
Okay,
like you could tell that he wasn't that good of an actor to look blind. You can't do that.
Oh shit!
It's a different look in your eye. That are looking different directions.
A really milky eye.
And just not looking at the same place, But yeah, I actually like to see that because I was like, they could have just gotten some guy to fake it, and they're like, you know what? We got to help the blind community. And so, can you name a blind actor?
No, I can't.
They have to read lines normally,
right? And I know that they
got to get audiobook lines.
I know they used did you watch A Quiet Place?
Yeah.
The daughter in that was actually deaf.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't
That's a
know
good
of any
one.
blind
Can we get her?
actors. Yeah, just get her to play the blind guy.
That's the only one we can think of. Okay, she's a child.
And a female.
But,
I mean, hey.
well, it doesn't matter
women-
about the gender of them, but
Yeah, that's
they
true.
do need to be an adult
Ooh.
to be a vacuum cells.
Let's go with I think
Should be someone like sweet and old,
well, I was
or just someone 30s. Like
but even then, like I almost kind of got a Keanu Reeves vibe. Just kind of like just because of John Wick, but
he would be so funny to watch play blind, like in his old character. You know,
I think-
like the old Keanu Reeves.
I think that he would. I think he'd be able to pull it off.
I think
see.
it'd bring too much comic, because I'd want to be like, all right, now just reach out, but accidentally grab her breast instead of the pin. You'd want to throw something like that if it was Keanu. You know?
Right. You'd have to.
He already looks fucking deaf, dumb, and blind.
Hell yeah, Toby
Just
does not
hating
like
on-
Keanu.
No, I like some movies he's in for sure. He's good. He looks dumb. He just looks dumb. I don't know if he is.
I don't think he is. But let's see
Yeah.
who could play this blind guy. It could be like a Sam Rockwell.
Ooh, yeah, he can pull off anything.
I would.
I really like
Yeah,
him.
he's so good. Yeah.
I think he could pull that off. Yeah, he did play. Didn't he play some blind, or he was faking blind and something?
Let's see here.
It sounds really familiar. I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom. You want to just take this part out?
I can. Yeah.
All right. Hello.
Okay, we're good. He has not played a blind guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
I was imagining him as some salesman who was conning someone. Can't remember.
yeah, I don't know. But he is a great actor, and I think Sam Rockwell is the best person to do that.
Yeah, that's my choice
Yeah.
too. Let's see if we can get him on the phone next.
Yeah,
week.
yeah, we're
Skype.
coming for you, Sam Rockwell.
It'd be awesome to do a live pitch room where people call in with pitches and we judge them.
Oh yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, you guys do the fucking guys, and this is where my audio decided to cut out. So I'm so fucking sorry that this is the end of this week's episode. I don't have the rest of the audio from it. There was probably another 10 minutes or so, maybe something like that. I fucking dropped the ball this week. My audio kept cutting out. I don't know what the issue was or is. I will do my best to rectify the situation, and next week there will be no issue with the podcast. Again, I'm so fucking sorry. This sucks. We got to get our shit together. We love you guys. Please hit us up on all the social medias. Please be watching out for all the new videos we're dropping on YouTube. Get at us on Anchor, on the Apple Podcast app, on Google Play, all the places you get podcasts. And I swear to God, we're going to do better. We love you guys very much.